6 years ago, I sat in this room at North Dakota State back when I was a freshman in college. And we had maybe 60 students that would come every week to our Chi Alpha meeting here at NDSU. And I remember being in this room and the presence of God was just incredible and worship was amazing and God was doing something in our small group. But He didn't stop moving in this room. In fact, He continued to do great things in us. We began to move into another room, Century Theater.
Your mercy reigns.
That room fit 200 students, and there was only maybe 70, 80, maybe 100 of us when I was just a freshman as we were in that room. And God began to move more and more students began to go all in for God. And pretty soon we began to pull in more and more friends until our biggest meeting we had like 220 students coming to Chi Alpha. We just couldn't believe what God was doing on our campus. We couldn't believe what God was doing at NDSU. Then later that next year, our group doubled from 200 students to 400 students. And we began to fill another room on campus. It was the large theater on campus that seated 600 students. We had 500 students at one meeting. It was amazing. And so I want to tell you this, that God can use us as a small campus group even now. What He's doing amongst us is a lot bigger than what we can see. It's a lot bigger than the room that we're sitting in. It's a lot bigger than the room that I'm in right now. What God wants to do at the University of Minnesota is so huge. But what it's going to take is all of us going all in for God. You know, tonight we have a very special speaker. He's a man who's near and dear to my heart. His name is Dave Leedahl. And Dave Leedahl drummed on a drum set in this very room as when he was just a young freshman, when he was first starting college. And Dave decided that he was going to go all in for God. There's 4 years, 5 years, maybe 6 years since he's a pharmacist in college. He said he was going to go all in for God, that he was going to give it all for Jesus. And that's what he did. And he was a big part of our campus group, going from 60 students in a room like this to 500 students, almost packing out one of the largest auditoriums we have on campus. And so I want us to welcome Dave as he's coming to speak to us tonight. And can we just all right now, let's just stand to our feet. Let's go super wild as we just welcome Dave Leedahl to the Remedy. Come on, everybody. Welcome Dave.